Hello again, folks. This is Sullla speaking. You're listening to another video for League of Legends, this one featuring Alistar. In this game, I'm playing as support Alistar, and we are playing in a draft pick normal mode game. Yes, the rarely seen draft pick normal mode game. It's been going on all this weekend on the North American servers. Which with me are Yage playing as Singed, Speaker playing as Udyr, Lovely playing as Brand, and then a random person playing Gangplank that we've picked up in matchmaking. Then on the other team, we are matched up against Tryndamere, Malphite, Poppy, Garen, and Janna, making up the other team. Anyway, as I was saying, this weekend, the ranked mode has been completely disabled as Riot tinkers with it a little bit for the start of Season 2. So no rank mode games available this weekend, so we've been playing around with the draft pick normal mode instead, which is something that's been enabled for, I think it's been enabled once or twice before, but this weekend is really the first time that it's been enabled. It's been a lot of fun thus far. It's really not much different than ranked, as you'd expect. It's something that hopefully they'll put in place or implement at some point in time. The only conclusion that we've come to is we think there needs to be more of a penalty of some kind for people who Q dodge in these draft pick normal games, because oftentimes people will just dodge games way too often if they want to play a particular champ and someone on the other team picks them. People have been Q dodging like crazy in these draft pick normal mode games. There just needs to be some kind more of a penalty. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a leave, but maybe like you get a 30-minute queue or something if you dodge one of these games. But something I think needs to be in place, because we saw way too many people dodging. Anyway, I'll say at the outset of this game, this is not the greatest game I've ever played in. It's not particularly spectacular by any means, but I don't have a lot of Alistar content on my channel. I've been trying to get in the mode of playing some more supports, so I've been playing more support Taric recently. I've been trying to learn to play Alistar as well, since Alistar is generally considered the top support for high-level ranked play, and I haven't played him a lot, so I want to get in the hang of playing him. Another thing I wanted to test out this weekend is, on the suggestion of some other players, I have picked up some gold per 5 quintessences for my support champ. So if you watch the gold down here, it's increasing faster than normal right at the start of the game because I have those gold per 5 quints. So another thing I wanted to test out, I wanted to get in a little bit of practice with using them instead of having health quints. I actually don't have any additional health here. Alistar's a little bit of a tanky champ to begin with, though. Anyway, so we're going to have Yaye up in the top lane. Yaye actually had really bad ping throughout this game, so that would affect his play somewhat. Playing as Singed, we have Lovely playing in the middle as Brand against an AP Janna, which is kind of interesting. This Speaker is going to be jungling as Udyr, and then I'm down here in bottom lane along with this Gangplank. Now, one thing I noticed is I used CV over here, and we immediately spotted their jungler at the double golem, so I was afraid that he was going to come down here and gank at level 2, and that's exactly what happened. And so we give up first blood to the other team there. I guess I should have typed that out and said be careful of a level 2 gank, but I did CV their Tryndamere right here at the minion. So anytime you see a jungler starting at double golems, you have to expect a quick gank, a quick attempt going right to lane at level 2. It's very powerful, very effective strategy. So you have to expect that. But I guess that our Gangplank player wasn't anticipating that. Anyway, so here I am going to get this gold, well, maybe not get too much farm. I'm going to do my best to get that. Because I took so much damage, I'm going to take my Triumphant Roar. But Gangplank's going to make it back here, and he's just picked up some more health pots. Anyway, so playing Alistar as a support, the things that make him good as a support are a couple different things. He has his Q, his Pulverize, one of the best stuns in the game, area of effect stun. You can hit not just one person, but you can hit anyone who's in range for the skill. The area of effect is pretty small. It is melee range here. I can highlight it. There it is. So there's the area of effect, but you can hit quite a few people with it. So a really useful skill. It's on a long cooldown, 15-second cooldown, and that's with some cooldown reduction. But just a great skill, useful as a support, useful in team fights, useful in all different manner of things. Then to go along with that, Alistar's W, his Headbutt. You can see this has a lot more range. The classic move for Headbutt is you use Headbutt, and that allows you to close distance, and then you immediately use Pulverize as well. So basically it's a way to use Pulverize at range without having to use Flash. If you use Headbutt and you headbutt someone into a wall, it also stuns them. Right there, I went for a Headbutt Pulverize and I missed. It's because I haven't played a lot of Alistar. I can do that combo maybe half the time, but I still miss a lot. And I'm a little bit embarrassed to show how badly I whiff sometimes on these Headbutt Pulverize, but that's why I'm trying to play Alistar, trying to get better, trying to get in some practice. Then the other thing that makes him real viable as a support are his other two skills, his E and his R. His E skill is a heal, restores health to Alistar and half as much to nearby allies. The cooldown is reduced when a nearby unit dies. That's not all that useful, but the fact that he does have a heal, it's a rather weakish heal, but it does heal him and allies. It's the thing that makes him kind of viable as a support. Otherwise, he'd be, sort of like, maybe Lux or Leona, support to people who have stuns, and you can play them as supports, but they don't have a heal. It makes them a little bit less viable. And then the other thing is the way his ultimate works. Oh, wait, hold on. I think we're going to have a fight right here. I think, yeah, right there. Malphite coming too far forward. I'm going to pulverize, hit the stun, then headbutt him backwards. And that was a very easy kill to get. And now we're going to get in some damage on Poppy as well. So that was just their Malphite player walked forward. He walked away from Poppy. Anyway, here comes Tryndamere right here. So I'm going to try to defend Gangplank right there. I'm going to headbutt Tryndamere away. And then I go for the pulverize. I actually miss it, unfortunately. They're going to use an ignite on Gangplank, but he's going to be okay. He's going to burn his flash. That was not so well done by me. I did get in the headbutt to knock away Tryndamere, but my pulverize was pretty bad. I didn't end up hitting anything. And here I wanted to type to our Gangplank player to go back, but as it turned out, he actually wanted to stick around, and he just decided he wanted to stay here. There is some logic to it. He wants to farm up this minion wave, but I think what he should have done was farm this minion wave and then headed back, and instead he just kept hanging around here, which meant I just keep using all my mana on heals for him over and over again. Anyway, though, I was trying to get to this a minute ago. Want to have a chance to round out the discussion now is the way that Alistar's ultimate works. When you use his ultimate, it removes any disables from Alistar, so it's a free cleanse on him. He can ult, if he's been stunned, he can use his ult to break it, and then he takes reduced physical and magic damage for the next 7 seconds, 50% reduced. It used to be 75%, which was just awesome, so not as good right now, not as good as it used to be, but still a pretty useful skill in Alistar. Basically, it allows him to be tanky without having to build tanky, and that's a pretty useful ability for Alistar to have. So it allows him to run into the middle of the enemy team during a team fight, use his pulverize, use his headbutt, that sort of thing. Just useful, again, in a whole bunch of different situations. So Alistar is really useful because he has the heal. He's very useful in establishing lane dominance. He has that stun that gives him utility at level 1 and throughout the game. Headbutt allows him to close distance. And, of course, the way his ult works gives him a lot of utility as well. Right there, I headbutted Poppy into the wall, knocked her back. Remember, if you do headbutt somebody into a wall, it does stun them temporarily. Deals magic damage and stuns. Anyway, our Gangplank player is walking around on like 200 health constantly. It made me really nervous. I didn't like having him so low. I really was hoping that he would just go back to base because it's so easy for people to kill him, especially if Poppy hits 6 and gets her ultimate. And this is, you can see for the second time I'm sort of requesting, hey, could you maybe go back to base so I don't have to put every single bit of my mana into healing you. Oh, here Poppy makes a big mistake, came forward and to harass me under the tower, and that was a really easy kill. Just pulverized. I didn't even use headbutt there. Just walked under the tower, took damage from tower shots, and then I stunned and just got the kill. Poppy was not 6, did not have her ultimate there. So really easy kill on my part there. That's as easy as it gets. That's like a newcomer mistake to League of Legends, walking under the tower. Alistar stuns them, and then they just die. So I was really couldn't believe that we saw that in that game, but I guess Poppy just made a mistake. Didn't think that she must have thought she wasn't in tower range, and anyway, she was. One other thing about Alistar, I will go through his passive as well. His passive is called Trample. This is actually a rework from a couple months ago with Alistar. Anytime he casts a spell, he can move through units, so can't be blocked by creeps, and then deals magic damage per second to nearby enemy units and buildings. Deals extra damage to minions and monsters. So it does scale off AP, but it's really weak. Basically, it's a little something that makes it just a little bit easier for Alistar to farm, and that was to rectify the fact that he was one of the worst farmers in the game prior to that. Anyway, the Garen player getting a kill on Yaya in top lane. This was due to a couple things. One, Singed. Garen is a bad matchup for Singed. It's just sort of a matchup that doesn't work very well. Here, Tryndamere went back to bottom lane, tried to gank again, but we were okay. Garen, due to his silence, due to his movement speed, he's able to chase down Singed, and he's tanky enough that the poison doesn't really hurt him that much. So that, along with his passive, just makes it a bad matchup. And Yaya also had a whole lot. Apparently, he was experiencing a lot of ping throughout this game. You might have seen on the loading screen he was at like 400 ping. Yaya, I believe, is playing from Europe anyway, so on the North American servers, a little slow to begin with. Anyway, over here, Speaker was going after their Tryndamere player in the jungle. Tryndamere going to spinning slash away. Speaker fighting him under the tower. tower. Is he going to be able to get this kill? And Speaker is going to get the kill now. Can he get out of here? Topping his bear stance, trying to run away. Here comes Poppy. So Speaker needs to try to make his escape and make his way out of here before the enemy team can chase him down. And looks like he's going to recall right here. So let's see if he manages to make it out. And oh no, here comes Poppy. Speaker, you got to get out of there. Here comes the ignite. And is that ignite going to finish him off? Yeah, with the flash, Poppy is going to get that kill. We were not able to get up there in time to make it back. So 1 for 1 there. Got the kill on Tryndamere. At least Poppy used both her flash and her ignite in getting that kill. See, used both summoners. Anyway, in terms of the lane, Yaye is pushing up here. Yaye does have the 1 death, and he is a little bit behind the Garen player. Up here, meanwhile, Gangplank in a lot of trouble, going to flash out of there. He is going to survive right there. Should have been watching that fight. Didn't realize that we had action down there. So I was trying to look at the numbers, but Gangplank just barely able to make his escape. In middle lane, Lovely has been winning this matchup, 63 minion kills to 30 for Janna, so that's 2-to-1 advantage. Hasn't killed the Janna player, but has established lane dominance and is well ahead. And then down here, Gangplank on 41 minion kills, Poppy 18, and Malphite 15. So they've just split the farm, so we're in pretty good shape down here. And we also have a couple kills in this lane, although our Gangplank player did give up first blood. Anyway, Poppy got blue buff from that kill on Speaker's Udyr, so that's a little unfortunate, but not that big a deal. Poppy with blue. Just popping my clairvoyance right there. Spotted Tryndamere at blue buff. Anyway, don't really want to fight... Oh, looks like Garen got another kill in top lane. I don't really want to fight this Poppy, but if she comes out, I'll just get in a little bit of harass. The minion wave is pushing back towards our tower, so I'm not too worried about that. As far as playing support Alistar, generally speaking, you want to get points in Q and W to start right at the beginning of the game so you can do your headbutt pulverize combo. Then, generally speaking, you level up his E, his heal, as that allows you to sustain in lane. Also allows you to farm if you need it, because the heal is on a relatively short cooldown compared to your other 2 skills. And basically, you only need 1 point in the headbutt and pulverize in order to get your combo off. Anyway, as soon as Poppy goes back, that's the cue. Hey, we've got a 2v1. Let's go after this Malphite. So I'm going to headbutt him into the wall, then pulverize him. Gangplank a little slow to react here. I kind of had hoped that he would react a little bit faster there. But basic theory is sound there for what you want to do. Letting Gangplank farm in safety. Anytime I can see an opportunity to headbutt this guy into the wall, I'm going to try to go for it right here. So like right there, headbutt it into the wall, there's trample damage, and I'm going to miss on the pulverize, sadly. The only downside to doing that is I do use up a lot of mana when I do this. When I use these, this is 85 mana, this is 80, so it uses up quite a bit, and I only have 500. Now right here, I have my skills off cooldown, so right here, going to headbutt Poppy away, and then that's going to allow Gangplank to make his way out of there safely. So right here, Poppy's going to go for the dive. Probably shouldn't, so I'm going to focus on healing Gangplank right here. There's an exhaust on Poppy. Now her ult's going to come off, going to headbutt her. Not headbutt, going to pulverize her under the tower. And that was really not a well planned out dive on the part of that Poppy player. So couldn't hurt her, just waited, but used my initial mana to heal, and then after that got the stun. Now this I found funny during the game. Notice how Gangplank thinks it's very important to type to Poppy and tell Poppy how bad she is, and Gangplank's actually going to miss killing some minions because it was very important to tell Poppy that she was not a good player. Anyway, a little bit silly. Right now, there's a fight going on over here. Speaker is in trouble. I was afraid that he was going to get caught, but Lovely has come down here as well. Now we're going to turn and fight this. I hit the stun on Malphite. We're going to see if we can finish him off. A nice Janna Tornado knocking us back there. There's the Janna ult. I just need mana to use my skills. That's really the problem right here. There is the brand pillar, and as it turns out, Gangplank's actually going to get that kill. So I actually could have done a lot more there in that fight if I had had mana. I guess I used it a little too aggressively in lane earlier on, but it still worked out for us. Speaker was able to escape. Speaker's been counter jungling pretty hard against this Tryndamere. It would be nice if the indicator wasn't bugged and we could see how many minion kills he actually has. Tryndamere doesn't actually have 2 minion kills. That's a bug in the display. But gonna get blue for brand here, right here. As far as what I'm picking up back in the store, first item, Philosopher's Stone, very key on the support. You need that extra mana regen. Then Heart of Gold, so that now my passive gold stacking is really fast. You can see how fast that gold's increasing. And I've also picked up boots and some more wards. Been using wards pretty aggressively. I've been keeping the river warded to keep us safe from ganks. I've also been warding up the brush. Notice how there's a ward here, trying to keep us safe in lane. If you feel like you have a strong lane, you don't need to do that as much. If your lane is weaker, then as a support, you really do want to ward the brush to try to make your lane safer. And so far, it's been working out pretty well. One of the biggest issues with this lane that's running against us is Malphite has been trying to use it. I guess he's trying to play support Malphite. I guess he's got the Philosopher's Stone and Heart of Gold, or maybe not. He is taking farm. But his Seismic Shard harass, that's what he's been using. He's been using that Seismic Shard to harass. It really hasn't been doing that much because I've just been countering it with my heals. And there I miss another Pulverize, so more sloppy play for me. But anytime that this guy has tried to use his Seismic Shard to harass our Gangplank, I've just been countering it with my heal. And now this is just an ultimate head scratcher. Gangplank using his ult to farm a minion wave when I'm right there. And it wasn't even going to hit our tower. So I have no idea what that was all about. That was a total waste of a great ult. You know, it would have been nice using the ult up here in this team fight. That would have been a much better place to use the Gangplank ult. Anyway, I tossed down my Clairvoyance, and that helped Lovely finish off that kill right there. So we were able to go 1 for 1. Speaker died, and then Lovely was able to get the kill to clean it up. Anyway, but in any case, Gangplank has got the red or blue buff down here. I'm going to get a nice headbutt pulverize combo, and look how much damage we're going to do here. Malphite's actually going to use his ult. Gangplank's going to cleanse away from that stun. So we're not going to be able to kill these guys, but look how much damage we did. We've just established clear lane dominance. Malphite even had to burn his ultimate right there. So a nice headbutt and then into pulverize can just do really good things. Their players should not keep standing right there. It just makes it really easy for me to headbutt them into the wall. And again, that's why Alistar is just really highly prized, considered to be the strongest support right now for high-level play. Right there, I'm going to do Headbutt Pulverize again, and I'm going to take a tower shot, but it's going to allow us to get in more free harass right there. Anyway, there is a fight going on here mid, trying to keep the camera focused down here in bottom lane, where things do not get bugged out. Looks like a 1-for-1 trade between Lovely and the Janna player right there. And Yaya took the advantage of that to go and push over that tower in top lane. Doing a good job, at least in that regard, for pushing, because it looks like Garen had to go back to the lane. Anyway, right here, there's the headbutt. Missed on the pulverize, otherwise we might have been able to get a kill right there. But Gangplank has exhausted Poppy, and we're going to go... Are we going to go after this? I don't think we're going to. Yeah, they're just camping at this tower, trying to stay safe under the protection of their tower. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to go after that. I'm going to use Clairvoyance to see, and indeed, there's Tryndamere right there. So that means we probably want to back this due to the fact that their jungler is right here, and we don't really want to dive underneath the tower. So anyway, that was me. I threw down a ping because Tryndamere was there. I think I'm going to type this message to Gangplank as well. He said, yeah, he decided he wanted to go back to base here, and I was like, okay, Tryndamere's close, so good time to go back. I probably should go back here as well. I was hanging around this lane. I was thinking they were going to push it for some reason, but they ended up not doing so, and I probably would have been better off just going back to base. Could have bought cooldown boots, which is going to be the next item I want to pick up here. So yeah, just hanging out here, getting experience, but would have been better off if I had just gone back to base. Meanwhile, here comes Speaker. He has red buff as Udi are going to go after this Garen player right here. Yaya has poisoned him. There is the goo right there. I think that he got the stun. Here is a nice Gangplank ult, better than the previous one, throwing that down for the slow right there. Are they going to be able to chase down Garen? Yes, they are going to get that kill there. So a nice job. Not having the tower here made it much tougher for Garen. Didn't have the safety of that tower to retreat back to. Okay, meanwhile, down here in bottom lane, but is still laning back and forth, still doing a nice job. We are still ahead. Gangplank is on 98 minion kills, which is way ahead of Poppy, Malphite, 48-22, and that's not even counting what I've actually picked up a little bit of farm as well, 16. So we're ahead in this lane. We're doing well. Let's see, Gangplank has gone Ghostblade first. Okay, that's... I guess it's defensible, but it's not the strongest option by any means. Tryndamere is up here in top lane, chasing after Singed. Speaker is over there by Lovely in middle lane, and they're putting a lot of pressure on this Janna player right here. We have not been able to get a lot of damage on this tower, but like I said, we've had lane dominance for most of the game here, and we haven't really been in much trouble. Their harassment has not worked because we've just been able to heal their harass anytime they do it. So if they come out from under the tower, I can engage on them. But as long as they're under that tower, not all that much I can do. Malphite, not really that worthwhile to harass anyway due to his tankiness. But Poppy, we can go after, and that's the one I'm trying to key on if we have a chance to go after her. So there was another Seismic Shard right there. Oh, and Speaker is going after Tryndamere. So let's turn and look at this. There comes the Clairvoyance. Here comes Poppy. Let's see if Speaker can manage to get out of here. There's the slow from Janna. There's the tornado on the knockup. Poppy is chasing right here. Now here comes a Gangplank ult. There's the Brand ult entering into the fight. A nice Janna ult, but here we come into the fight right here. Going to go after Tryndamere. There's Endless Rage, and I'm going to flash after him and finish him off with a Pulverize. Not the best use of skills, but it did get the kill. Janna very low, going to be finished off by Pirate. There goes more flashes on their team, and now this is where I can pop my ultimate and start tanking for us. Going to go after this Poppy right here underneath the tower. Gangplank is going to flash, and can he survive? Yes, just barely, thanks to having his remove scurvy and my Triumphant War. He just barely survived. I think he had like 20 HP there. Popped my ultimate. I wanted to tank those tower shots, but as it turned out, it didn't end up mattering. right there. Anyway, we wanted to make a play for the dragon right there, but Lovely didn't have any mana, so we decided we would not go for it. We would just back off there. One nice thing about Alistar's heal, it's not the greatest amount of heal, but it can hit more than one person on your team, so you can theoretically heal all 5 people on your team if you're all clustered together. So what we're going to make a play for here is we're going to grab our blue buff for Lovely's brand, and then after that we're going to go and try to head for dragon. We saw Yage pushing in top lane up here, and Yage has picked up dodge boots too, a nice choice for laning against Garen. He's putting a lot of pressure on their team right here, running around, so we figured that they'll be sending some champs to deal with that, and while they're doing that, we're in good shape to go after this dragon. We've got a ward here, we've got a ward here, so we're pretty safe in terms of ward coverage, or at least we'll have some kind of warning if they're incoming, and Gangplank is pushing down there. So anyway, it doesn't look like they're coming. Looks like we're going to be able to get this dragon without too many issues right here. There we go. So there's the 190 gold for everybody, and we're in pretty good shape for this game. Meanwhile, down here, Gangplank still pushing this lane up to 124 minion kills at this point. We have a pretty decisive farming edge. Garen's really the only one who's done a nice job of farming thus far. Anyway, I'm going to come down here and try to look to initiate on this Malphite right there. Going to hit on the headbutt. There's the pulverize, knocking you into the wall. So we're going to get off some harass right here. Right now, I'm going to pop my ultimate so I can tank this tower once we start going in. See, the tower's shooting me. That's what I want. That way, Gangplank can continue attacking these guys. Here comes more of their team, but there's the nice pulverize, knocking 3 of them up into the air, and here comes the rest of our team right here. And exhaust going in on Tryndamere. There you go, headbutt into the wall right there, and Gangplank is going to finish him off and get credit for that kill right there. So we were able to win that. And now over here, Yage teleported into the fight. He teleported behind their team and managed to chase down Poppy. So we won that fight pretty decisively, going to get this tower, and we're just snowballing further and further ahead. But it's not going to matter because their team's going to surrender right there, and that's going to be the game. So like I said at the beginning, not the closest game in the world, but still fun nonetheless. So anyway, we'll wrap this up, look at the stats, and finish this one. The final numbers are right here. I actually ended up 2-0-5 for the game, which is a lot better than I was expecting to do since I hadn't played much Alistar. The 2 kills I got were, the one at least was really gift wrapped to me, Poppy just making a mistake under the tower. The other one in the jungle fight where I finished off a Tryndamere who had popped Endless Rage and was really low. Other than that, helped our Gangplank get a number of kills, had the 5 assists. I didn't think I played spectacularly well. I just did okay, but the other team made a lot of mistakes and we were able to exploit them down there in the bottom lane. Gangplank ending up with 7 kills on the game. I thought that Gangplank didn't play all that great either, but like me, he was able to take advantage of mistakes that the other team made. Speaker counter jungled pretty heavily. Yaya was able to push top lane, and Lovely was able to dominate their AP Janna in middle lane, ending up with a couple kills and a lot more farm and a lot more global gold. Anyway, overall, like I said at the beginning, far from the greatest game ever. Not really all that close, not really all that competitive, but it was a game with a champ that I don't play that often. I wanted to talk a little bit more about Alistar, who I haven't had too much chance to talk about, and I wanted to have a chance to just throw something up on my channel that I could do quick instead of one of those monster 55-minute games that just takes so much time and effort for me to cast and put up on the channel. Now, I have played a lot of games this weekend. If you want to check them out, I put up about 10 games on my live stream. It's linked from below this video, so if you want to go check out more games that I've played, they're all linked. They're all up on my live stream page, and you can go check them out as much as you want. I think I went 5-5 this weekend, so there were a number of good games in there, mostly with champs I've already done a ton of videos on, though. So anyway, once again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this short video today, but hope you enjoyed it, and I figure it's better to have this than to have nothing. So until next time, next week, I'll see you guys again soon.